Hi everyone! Welcome to another episode of Waste Unwrap, where we dive into all things waste. I'm your host Puja, and we are here to talk about waste, our love-hate relationship with it, and everyday solutions we can adopt starting today. So let's get into it. Okay, so the life-giving force that we call Earth has been home to around 10,000 generations of human species. That's many, many years. And caring for this life-sustaining energy, because it's been so many years, has been nurtured from one generation to the next. And that's only possible if we have passed down traditions and culture of caring. But it feels like in the last 7 or so decades, we've been cast under a spell. Old and most certainly not updated models have been misused to change our mindset and behaviors that go against our ancestral knowledge of care for our living world. But guess what? This is changing. It's changing as a youth look around to redesign these very outdated socio-economic systems of how we view our relationship with the planet. So let's hear about the next-gen leaders who are setting an example in their communities. They're doing this by supercharging awareness and education about waste and its many forms. So have you ever thought about what happens to the water that is left in glasses on restaurant tables? Garvita Gulhati did when she was in school learning about 12 million liters of water being wasted in restaurants just because they were left. She was not okay with this looming problem and decided to do something about it. Garvita founded Why Waste in 2015 as an education platform to raise awareness about the increasing water insecurity in many parts of the world. They started as tools, tips, and tricks to reduce wastewater in Bangalore's many restaurants. And now they are India's largest youth-led movement working towards water conservation. The innovative concept of glass half full is now a global phenomenon being recreated by institutions and governments alike. For a growing generation of carers like Arvita, it is so important to redesign our existing age-old systems to allow such innovative ideas to blossom at a much quicker pace. In Feb 2018, 14-year-old Vihan Agarwal witnessed mountains of waste in Delhi's landfills. And when the Ghazipur landfill collapsed in 2017, Vihan realized blaming anyone is pretty much pointless, and instead he focused on building his mission to reduce tons of waste being sent to landfill each day. And through this journey, Vihan learned that the government has worked substantially in this area by introducing bylaws, and many NGOs are working tirelessly to organize the informal waste picking area. In Delhi and NCR, education and campaigns on segregation at source needed more attention. This is when Vihan and his younger brother now started One Step Greener, an initiative focused on increasing community awareness about waste segregation and collaborating with other organizations to carry out waste pickups with them. So Vihan and Nav have worked with households, they work with corporates, clubs, and schools to conduct awareness workshops and pickups. And together, One Step Greener has grown from one home to more than 200 homes in Vasant Vihar, Shantiniketan, West End, and Anand Niketan in Delhi. So the journey has not been easy, and Vihan has kindly shared many of his learnings with us. Do check them out. You'll find a link to Vihan's journey in your episode notes. To hear more about such planet positive actions, let's move to our monthly roundup of news and updates. This is a step forward in envisioning a life without pervasive plastic, because the Environment Ministry has notified the Plastic Waste Management Amendment Rules 2021 that will ban the manufacture of a range of single-use plastic products. So think earbuds with plastic sticks, candy sticks, thermocol, forks, spoons, straws, event wrapping, packing films. Yes, our world is wrapped in plastic. Now let's zoom into Hyderabad, where in an effort to make the campus greener and cleaner, IIT Hyderabad has launched its own waste management system. So the campus now has a door-to-door waste collection mechanism with clear segregation guidelines. This is a great example of community-driven action. If you've been thinking about taking those long drives on smooth sailing roads, think about what's in those roads. India has constructed 703 kilometers of highways using waste plastic. This is mixed in the wearing coat of flexible pavement. The Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has also issued guidelines for mandatory use of waste plastic in the road's periodic renewal. Check out the full list of what's happening in the waste world. You'll find the link in bio for all news and updates. Let's go to our recommendations next. The story of waste can feel overwhelming at times. And as our awareness about the problem at hand increases, so does hopefully our urgency to do more, particularly for the coming of age youth. And the best part is, no matter what role we play in our lives, we can build systems for our next generation to thrive in balance with our natural world. So we'll start by recommending one action for each role. But feel free to write to us more actions that have worked and also those that have not worked in your journey. So let's say you're a parent. You can start with leading by example in your own home. For example, you can adopt a zero-waste lifestyle at home and make your child an active participant in the problem-solving and brainstorming of alternate solutions. If you're an educator, you can plan lessons with your sustainability hat and lenses on. For example, thinking about how each subject can be taught in a way that students are encouraged to think about living within the means of planetary boundaries. If you're an elder sibling, pass on the information and work with your younger sibling to come up with solutions, just like how Vihan and Nav started. If you don't know where to start, maybe think about taking up a course in waste management and deep dive into fundamental and specialist concepts. The possibilities are endless and can be found across everything we do in our everyday lives. All we need to do is pay attention. As you know, every month we come up with an easy and simple solution that each of us can start today. This time, it's plogging, a combination of the word jogging and the Swedish word plocka up. So literally, it means to pick up while jogging. And because we are all about waste here, essentially it means pick up the waste while you're jogging. And it doesn't have to be jogging. It can be done walking, hiking, paddling, you name it. So if you're thinking of getting out today, don't forget to plug. So that's our monthly unwrap of all things waste. Thanks once again for tuning in. We are always looking for waste-related themes to create an episode on. That'll help us bring a diverse and an inclusive lens to what we talk about in this show. So wherever you are in your waste management journey, write to us your thoughts. Tell us what role you play in preparing the next generation of carers. What has and hasn't worked for you? How can we help as a community? These conversations are not only important for us, but they are also helpful in continuing to inform, inspire, and innovate with each of you. So get in touch. All links are in your episode notes. We'll be back with another episode and wrapping waste next month. Until then, take care.